Yeah, I had a couple conversations with some people about Umar Johnson this week. The first conversation was with the councilwoman's secretary, and then the second one was with the councilwoman herself. So I'll let you hear those, and then I'll come back and discuss a little bit further. And I spoke with Miss Oliver a little while ago, maybe about a month, a month and a half ago, about a gentleman by the name of Umar Johnson, who's been pretending that he bought that school over there in her district. And I was just wondering if she found anything else about it, any more else about it. I just was wondering. So if she could, do you know anything about it?
No, I don't. How do you spell his name, Umar?
Umarjohn Johnson in the traditional way, but that's an alias he's using. She was familiar with it because she was saying that she was going to talk to the owners of the building and find out, what's really going on with it. And I've been working and I ain't really been able to keep up with it.
Been up on it.
Nah, but he's still making videos on YouTube talking about he's about to open up a school, but yet he's been in Ghana. He's got these lecturing seminars that he's putting on around the country. But if he's supposed to be built, and he's wanting for donations from people who really don't know any better, is what he's taking advantage of.
I've heard of him. My daughter watches his videos.
Right. Yeah, she needs to stop. He's full of SHI. Yeah, he's full of SHIT. He ain't about to open up no school. First of all, he ain't providing no type, like he's asking for donations and people say, "Hey, well, where's the money going to?" Oh, you don't need to see that. He ain't showed no paperwork about anything. And it's just I'm tired of him preying on people that just don't know any better. I just like to see us as a community do better.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'll tell my daughter. Okay, so you want to know if she heard any more about him opening the school?
Yeah, or no, not so much about him opening, about him being locked up or facing some type of accountability for being fraudulent. Okay. He's not about to open up no school. He's full of SHIT, like I said.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I'll let her know.
Thank you.
You want her to call you, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning.
Oh yes. Is this Miss Oliver?
Yes, it is.
How you doing, Miss Oliver? I spoke to you about a month and a half ago about a character named Umar Johnson trying to run around like he's buying that school, Moyer Academy. You said you were going to look into it.
Yeah, we've been looking into it. But come to find out, the guy did some research and said that he definitely owns that building.
Right. I'm listening.
What do you think's going on with him?
I really truly don't have a clue. Like he's been posting things on the internet saying he just got back from Ghana. What else did he say he did? Oh, he said he's going to be doing a back to school tour, giving lectures out in Alabama and Orlando. But if you're trying to get this school in order, I don't understand why you're not putting your effort into that. I just don't get it. I don't understand why he doesn't have the lights turned on or anything, but he hasn't shown any proof that he owns anything. And when you're asking for donations and people say, "Hey, look, show me where my money's going," he has a problem with showing anybody anything. But when I called the real estate agent, go ahead.
No, I was going to tell you, I had the guy do some research, and his name is on that deed for owning that building. I don't think, between you and I, he's not going anywhere because he has to talk to the governor's office, the Board of Education. So I believe he's a fraud. I think he's just making noise. I see he does own the building because they showed me the deed with his name on it. But he can't open and do nothing without going through the proper channels. I think he's just running in circles, like you said.
Just pretending that because he bought. But I wonder why he won't show that he owns it though.
Well, I had the guy do the research and he showed me the title and his name was on there like under LLC, like under a group. So it must be a group of them. It's like a corporate, you know. To me, he must got a group of people from Philly all wired up or something. But ain't nobody. Right. He can't do nothing down here unless he goes in front of the Board of Education. He got to go through the governor. He ain't did so. I mean, to me, he's just talking and probably raising money. I don't know why they give me money and they can't see what he's doing.
Stupid, exactly. This is what I don't like. I mean, if you got any type of critical thinking skills, you know that, like you said, he's got to go through the proper channels. And he's already said he doesn't want any gay people, any gay teachers at his school, no interracial couples. Yeah, so there's no way you're going to open a school based on that because that's discrimination.
No. Yeah, he's crazy.
Yeah, I think he
And
is too.
I've left several messages for him to give me a call, and he hasn't called me as of yet. So,
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't understand why he's not reaching out. He's not returning calls, and like you said, he's running around with his head cut off. But he's just running in circles if he's not going nowhere. He can't do nothing.
Do you know anything about this block party that the city said he couldn't have? He said he was gonna have a
No.
block party. I think sometime this month, but they shut it down. But I mean, have a block party for what? What are we celebrating?
And plus, the guy from the city under the mayor's office, he's on top of it, and he hasn't returned his call. So, if he put in a permit, it got to come right through the guy. And that's probably why the guy's blocking it down. Like I'm telling you, he's in the wrong state thinking he can walk over people because Delaware, everybody knows everybody.
Right.
Everybody's an arm lift away from each other. So everybody's just talking like, who is the guy? So the guy from the mayor's office like, well, I want to meet with him too. So I called him over there. I said, look, this is the number that the guy from the Boys Club gave me. Let's call him together. You take it, put in your phone. I'm going to call him from the city phone. Left a message. He left a message. Then he told me he still hasn't returned his call. I said, well, look, can you find out from real estate and housing, get them to pull the deed, pull up the address, see what the deed is. He comes back the next day and show me his name is sure enough on there. He said, Councilwoman, he owns the building. His name is on there. He said, but he's not going to work because he talked to the governor. He hasn't went through the proper channels.
Has he talked to the mayor himself? Does he want to, like, has the mayor shown any concern?
No, the mayor wants to meet. This guy works for the mayor. His name is Greg Morris.
Right.
He works for the mayor. So Greg is up there doing his own investigation because the mayor's saying he want a meeting. So anytime the guy sends you information, leave your message saying the mayor want to meet with you, and he's not returning the call.
And the guy, he never answers his phone?
Nope.
Right.
Nope.
Right.
So we just see that's good you stand on on your end, but he's not going anywhere.
Would he get in trouble for being on the property? Because when he's filmed a couple videos on the property, and he's looking around like he's not supposed to be there. You can see the paranoia in his face. I think he's on drugs.
Somebody else said that too.
You've never seen any of his YouTube videos?
I seen one of them. He's just crazy. Like
Right.
I could just, you could tell something wrong with him because how you in the city and the mayor's trying to meet with you to see if we can be of any assistance. And
Right.
The
And you don't want to. Right.
And you're not returning the call.
Right.
So
it's basically kind of keeping people in the dark. But I guess the one thing, if it comes out, it's going to eventually come out that he does own it. That's going to give some credence to some people that are stupid enough to really go ahead and think that he's going to go through with this stuff. He don't have a staff. He don't have anybody. Like, he doesn't know anybody in Wilmington that's in education. Like, I don't know, whoever the governor appointed to be the head of the education in the whole state. He's not met with this person.
I mean, like I talked to Mr. Mayfield. Okay, Mr. Mayfield, he's with the Christianity. He's been around for years. Nobody knows. He hasn't reached out to nobody. Is Pritchett still alive?
You know Pritchett.
Yeah, Mr. Pritchett don't know if I talk to Mr. Pritchett, nobody knows him.
You asked Mr. Pritchett if he knew him?
I know Mr. Pritchett.
And you know he don't know him.
Mr. Pritchett would have said he don't know him.
Right, don't nobody know this guy. He calls himself the most requested scholar in the country. When nobody's heard of him. Nobody's heard of him. How come Cornel West ain't siding with this cat? Okay.
Knows. He's like a copycat.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, but what copycat? I mean, wannabe?
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm going to tell you, let me give you this number, 57.
Okay. That's Greg
His
Morris?
name is Greg Morris, right? Call the mayor's office now. Greg is probably in. Just leave Greg a message in reference to that guy in the building and watch Greg give you a call back. And give Greg an earful and watch. But you'll see that.
57.
Yep.
Okay.
That's for Greg Morris. Tell him I told you to give him Councilwoman Alva told you to give him a call and give him just a little brief history and watch what he tells you. So you'll know that we on top of it. And if you hear anything else crazy, just give me or Greg a call. But give Greg a call.
I'll do that. Thank you very much.
So we can stay on top of this weird guy.
Yeah, really, right. I want him out of here.
Right. Are you going to be around Sunday? I'm having a big concert at Spicy's Park. You should come.
Nah, I'm still in Maine. I've been working in Maine all summer. I ain't been down there not one time all summer. And I don't know how long I'm going to be here.
The 31st, Dr. B's having a big thing at Chase Center after you free then.
Oh, okay.
But
I might be done by then.
Keep me updated, and I'm going to lock you in.
Okay. Thank you very much.
I got you covered. No problem. Keep me updated. Okay.
See you around. So there you have it. I spoke to the woman. You know, he is the owner of that property. Like, I put out a second video I put out about him was when I was saying, you know, I got some news for you. That shit where I was almost fooled into thinking that he was going to make good on his promises. It, like Double AS said, it's just another scam, people. And that's just what it is. He somehow figured a way to keep getting money from gullible niggas while he travels the world. That's what his plan is. And you don't know where he's at. You don't know if he went to Ghana, if he's in Africa, or if he's in Atlanta. You don't really know where that cat down Eastern Shore. He's all over everywhere with other people's money. So stop giving to him. But it feels like I'm preaching to the choir because the same people are in the comment section of the videos. People just come for the comments. Then you got that Billy boy, which is obviously him, that's praising his own, evil deeds. But if you look at him, he looks terrible. So he's about at his wit's end right now.